Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here tonight with my Monday Night Madness and 90 Day Fiance B90 recap and tea, season 7, episode 10, War and Peace. I apologize if my energy level is kind of low. I feel like I'm getting an ear infection. My left ear is doing the boom, 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 boom. My husband just poured some peroxide in it. Feels a little better. It's a good thing I have an appointment with my doctor tomorrow anyway for my physical. So I have to take a look in my ear. So, season 7, episode 10, warm olive oil. Yes, I'm going to try that. Thank you, Sheila. My mom used to do that when I was little. So, season 7, episode 10, War and Peace. Renee was at an all-time high on this episode, but we will get into that. If I was going to give this episode a grade, I would give it a solid C. Okay. Let's just hop right into it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Let's hop right into it. So first we are going to start off with Niles and Matilda. Now, honestly, I love these two. I feel like they're a genuine couple. Okay. Matilda adjusts herself to, Niles's autism, and she's very understanding. She was really, really mad at him. Okay, don't get me wrong. She was really mad at him when he finally came clean to her. But like she said, the next day, she realizes that his masking is a part of his autism, and she understands. What I didn't get, why she was covering him in cologne. I mean, did he stink really badly or something? So she's just worried that her family is not going to accept him because he's not doing things the proper way, the usual way. He's going to do the knock door ceremony, but he's not going to marry her immediately after the knock door ceremony, and that's the traditional way. So Matilda's afraid that her family is not going to accept him because he's, is not going to marry her on this trip. So they are going off to her hometown. And if you guys remember, when Matilda went to go pick Niles up, she took a bus for like 6 hours. Instead of taking a bus back, they're going to fly. Now, this is the first time Matilda's been on a plane. Okay, so she is, she's scared shitless. She's scared shitless. And this scene with them on the plane was adorable. Okay, she can't open up her eyes. She's burying her head into Niles' shoulder. She's like, hold me, hold me. And then when they land, and you know how it's like a bumpy landing, she's like, stop laughing at me. But she made it. She's still alive. Okay, and they're going to spend the night in a hotel in a town very close to her hometown. So because a lot of Matilda's extended family lives with her, and that would be very overwhelming for him. So they're going to spend a night in the hotel, and he's kind of grateful for the extra time that he's going to have before he has to face Matilda's family. So now, um, Matilda tells him, the next morning, you need to go get a haircut. You need to freshen yourself up before you go see my family. There's a barber downstairs. So he goes downstairs and he starts getting a haircut from the barber Festus. And Festus asks him, what are you doing here? He explains that he's here, to meet his fiance, to meet her family, but he's not going to marry her, on this trip. And basically, the barber's advice is whatever promises that you make to the family, make sure that you intend to keep your promises. Okay. Don't say it if you don't mean it, because it'll bring disgrace to the family. The family will ultimately hate you. and they're going to curse you. He's like, what do you mean? I don't understand that. And Festus is like, spiritual curse. They will curse you. The curse will follow you everywhere you go. It will follow you to America. Everything you touched will be cursed. So be careful. Make sure that you don't make promises to the family that you don't keep. And Niles is like, okay, thank you for letting me know. So now they're on their way to Matilda's house. And Matilda's like so excited. She's like, you're on your way now to see my mom. And Niles is for some reason he brings up in the cab ride, and I was just like, Niles, please just leave it alone. He's like, I don't remember mentioning on video call to your brother or to your mother that I was planning on marrying you on this trip. So can I tell them that I don't recall telling them that we were going to be married on this trip? And Matilda's just like, Niles, don't lie. Like, just don't lie, because lying is just going to make it worse. Just be honest, because, my family is going to think that he is disrespectful and he's a liar if he lies to them. So they pull up. Niles is greeted by Matilda's brother Hayford. Then he meets the whole family. He meets her sister, mom, uncle, everyone. Okay. He even gets to hold the baby. So now they want to know what his mission is. What is he there for? Okay. So Niles, explains that he wants to marry Matilda. Okay. Matilda's brother translates to the family that, him and Matilda have been dating for a while, and now he's coming, to ask for her hand in marriage. The family, which, by the way, they are fucking adorable. I love this family. The family was so happy, okay, until, they were like, we've taken you in as a member of our family. And Niles is sitting there and he turns to Matilda and he's like, I really don't know where to go from here. And Matilda's like, you need to explain to them that we're not getting married on this trip, that you will come back for me very soon, that you'll do the knock door ceremony on this trip, but not the wedding ceremony. So the brother explains to the family what Niles' intentions are, and everybody starts talking in their native language, making Niles really, really nervous. He's like, this isn't good. And they're all like, this isn't usual. The wedding ceremony usually happens right after the knock door ceremony, but we understand, okay? And we are going to give you 2 to 3 months, to come back for the wedding ceremony. Now, Niles is remembering what Festus the barber said, and he wants to word what he says very carefully, okay? Because he doesn't want to get cursed, He doesn't want to make any promises he can't keep. So he's like, help me out here, Matilda. Show them your ring. And, we have to tell them that I don't have an exact date yet, but I will come back. And this ring symbolizes that promise. After that's all explained, everyone is happy and the blessing is given. And Niles thanks everyone down the line. So I think that was great. Okay. I think, it was great that Niles was able to sit down in front of the family and express that he loves Matilda, but cannot marry her right now, but will be back for her. Okay. So, but we see next week, he may have some elder problems. Okay. They go to talk to an elder of the community, and he's like, no, this can't happen. So we shall see what happens next week. So now moving on to Vanja and Bozo. Bozo He's acting like a bozo. Okay, that's all I have to say. He is acting like a fucking bozo. So last week, he called Vanja a good friend at the cooking class. He didn't want to spend the night on the couch. Okay, now she has spent thousands of dollars, flown thousands of miles, missed a flight or two, has taken 3 weeks off of her life to see if she could pursue a serious relationship with this bozo who is standing outside of her rental waiting for her with some vegan goodies. And he's like, what do you want to do today? You look beautiful. But he says in his confessional, Mr. Bozo, we are not on the same page. It seems like Vanya came to Croatia for a serious relationship. It seems like we're not on the same page. So I'm like, okay, did you tell her this? Because it seems to me that Vanya thought that she was coming out here for a great romance, and you just want, I don't know, some arm candy to walk around town with. Is that what it is, Bozo? So they go touring around Old Town, and he has to be the funny comedian. He's like, go check out that statue. A friend of mine says that that's my grandparent. And Vanya's like, why? Because he's so tiny. Ha ha ha. They walk into the grand ruins, into the vestibule where the acoustics must be fantastic, and he starts singing her a song. Vanya, I'm not going to torture you guys with my off-key singing, but he sings her a song. Vanya's dancing around. She's like, this is the bozo that I fell in love with. Charming, funny, making me laugh my ass off every second. But, we're not good friends. I'm here for romance. I'm not here for friendship. Now, the old town that they were touring is fucking gorgeous. Okay. So Vanya asks Bojo, did you tell your family that I was coming? And he's like, oh, yeah. My mom, she's actually married us off already. Vanya starts laughing. She's like, well, what did you tell, your mother and your aunt about me, that they already have you married off? And he's like, everything that I say about you is a big compliment. I pay you big compliments all the time. You're such a great person. You have great energy. He's giving her all these great compliments, right, guys? And then in the next breath, he's telling her that he doesn't feel it romantically between them. She asked him, do you feel, romantic feelings towards me? And he's like, no, I don't feel it right now. He's hoping to have, the next couple of days, the next couple of weeks that she's there, to try to figure it out. Dude, I think you should have figured it out by now. And honestly, guys, I think he's still hung up on his ex-girlfriend. Okay, she was still in the wings, and he had like one foot with the ex and one foot with Vanya. He wanted his cake and eat it too, because there was no way that he thought she was flying all the way to Croatia just for a friendship. No fucking way. I mean, come on, the dude can't be that dense. So he wonders why she's crying. Man, he's lucky that she didn't slap him, but she's crying. He's like, come here, please, don't cry. I will try. I'm gonna make an effort. Let's see what happens. Let's take it day by day. But let's see if I develop feelings for you. Then he asks her, you want to slap me? And she's like, no. But you know something, Bozo, I want to slap you. Okay, I want to slap you for Vanya, and I want to slap you for me. Now, if you guys haven't checked out Mary Pants's latest IG post about Vanya and Bozo, You need to, right after you finish watching my video. Okay? Because basically, we could kind of jump to conclusions that Vanya and Bozo are no longer together, and that he's dating another American chick. But check out Mary Pants' post, okay? So Bozo says he's uncomfortable. And Vanya, as long as she has a sparkly car, sparkly tumbler, and everything in pink, life is good. So now moving on to Tiger Lily and Adnan. And these two, I feel like poking my eyes out with a rusty fork watching their scenes. First of all, her voice is getting more annoying as the season is going on. I don't know if that's possible, but it is. And if she thinks that Adnan really gives a flying fuck about her feelings, then she's dumber than I thought she is. Okay. So she's pissed off about the shower picture. Adnan took a shirtless selfie as he was coming out of the shower, posted it on IG right before she got on the plane to go see him. And she was like, hell's no, take it down. Okay. So Adnan prepared this beautiful surprise for her. She gets into a car. The car takes her to the hotel. Okay. And she wants to discuss the shirtless selfie. And she's like, well, if it's okay for you to post a shirtless selfie, then it's okay for me to post a picture without my shirt. And he's like, no, you are woman. I am man. It is different. And she asks him, how would you feel if I did that? And he said, of course, I would kill you, baby. Yeah, I would kill you, baby. He said that. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for the $4.99 super chat, and I will light it up for you. I was like, whoa. He just put that out there, but yes, that's what he said. I will kill you. So she's trying to explain the concept of double standards. He doesn't want to hear it. He hates double standards. He hates everything. Okay. It's Adnan's way or it's his way or the highway. Okay. Even if Tiger Lily has to act a little bit fake. Okay. If she's pissed off, she has to act a little bit fake around him because it's his way or the highway. I'm like, this is fucking scary. Okay. This is really fucking scary. So Tiger Lily is still mad, but he doesn't want to fight with her. Okay. So he's like, come here. I want to talk to you. So he explains to her, he shared it because he wanted to share it on the social media. But once she told him to take it down, he took it down immediately. Okay. And he's trying to explain to her, you know, in my religion, some things are different. There's things that I can do, and there's things that you can't do. And that's just the way it is. And Tiger Lily is like, no, if I can't wear something revealing to go swimming, then you have to keep your shirt on to go swimming. And it's a double standard. And she's throwing all of this stuff at him, and he's basically laughing at her. Girl, he doesn't give a flying shit about your thoughts, your feelings, none of it. Okay, so please. So he's laughing at her. He's basically laughing at her. And he's like, can we make up already? We have a baby to make here. Because remember, this is the baby making trip. So can we just push this under the rug? Forget about all this already, and let's start making a baby. And guess what? Doors were closed and romantic time was had. So after every episode, Tiger Lily does a question and answer sesh. And in this week's, okay, once again, she says, as many kids as God is willing to give her, we have to stay tuned to see whether or not she's pregnant. It takes 4 hours to get ready because it's a process that involves bath, meals, break, work, and the actual getting ready time. And then when she has her kids, it involves mom time too. So yes, it could take her 4 hours to get ready. Her favorite part of Jordan was Petra. Um, and that's basically it with Tiger Lily and her question and answer sesh. So now moving on, we have Veah. Now Veah, huh, girl, you could tell that she never traveled out of the country. Okay. So she's, really sad because she feels like that she basically fucked up this whole relationship with Sunny. So she texted him, asked him if they could meet up and talk about what happened last night. And he's like, no, leave me alone, you heartless bitch. You don't care about anybody and their feelings. You broke my heart. Leave me alone. Fuck off. So she's all sad and she decides to leave the room instead of sitting there looking at the walls and go out to the market, explore a little. But because of her actions, now she's exploring alone. She has Rory meeting her at the market, but she doesn't want him meeting her at the hotel just in case Sunny shows up because then that'll just make shit 100 times worse. So she's at the market and she decides she's going to buy some pineapple. And she realizes they don't take Apple Pay in the street market in South Africa. Like I said, girl, you could tell that she has never traveled out of the country before. So she calls Rory. She's like, come and save me. I need cash. I mean, even the pineapple vendor lady was like, oh, thank goodness you're a lifesaver. So they go off with their pineapples to the beach. And Veah tells Rory, he doesn't want to have anything to do with me. He's really, really mad at me. I'm afraid I really fucked this up. And Rory's like, did you ever try to explain to him your past history and exactly why you are the way you are? Maybe if you were to open up to him a little bit, he would understand. Rory's like, I get it. The kid is pissed because he felt left in the dark, but we have to find a way to get him back into your life. And I'm like, okay, dude, sounds like we're a little bit too invested, but whatever. So Rory's like, I think that she needs to open up to Sunny and explain more of her past trauma and why she acts the way she does. And I'm like, good advice coming from the ex. So now Sunny reached out to Veah and he's like, I'm ready to see her. I need to see her. I need to know why she did what she did because she really, really broke my heart. And every time he says that she broke my heart, I want to cry. I feel so bad for him. I want to reach to the TV and hug him. So she finally opens up to him that the reason why she and Rory have such a bond is because not only was Rory there for her when her brother passed away. Now Sunny knew about her brother, but Rory was, she also was pregnant with his child during that time, and she suffered a loss with him. So they're going to have a bond, that is just unbreakable. So now that Sunny has heard the story, he understands. He's like, I want you to be friends with Rory. I would never tell you not to be friends with him. Just, I didn't know. You didn't tell me the backstory. He doesn't want to be that jealous boyfriend. He really doesn't. But, she needs to open up to him and let him know what the fuck is going on. So now moving on, we have Chey and Renee. So now this episode, I really, really wanted to snatch Renee through the TV and just fight her. Okay, she is so disrespectful and disgusting. I can't even deal. So After Chidi's best friend told him last week, you better dump her before she kills you. Like I like actually worry about you. Chidi called Renee to come to the beach because the beach is such a cozy and serene area. And, he wants a nice, serene environment when he breaks the news to Renee. So Renee arrives and they go walking down to the beach and, they sit down and Chidi starts trying to talk to her. And she's immediately like, are you going to come and hang out with me at the hotel? Have you figured out what you're doing yet? What's going on? And Chidi is trying to talk to her. Okay. And Chidi's like, you told me from before even arriving in Nigeria that you had a problem with not liking sisters. And as soon as he mentions Victoria, it's like a switch it flips in Renee, and she just won't fucking listen. Okay. He's trying to explain himself to her, and she just starts going off, yelling at him. He's trying to comfort her by like touching her arm, and she's like, touch yourself. That's what you're used to. She is so nasty and aggressive. And yes, I agree with Chidi. Okay. And I'm going to say it. She says that both of her exes, okay, had substance abuse problems, and that's why the relationship ended. I wouldn't be surprised if her aggressiveness, hostile, ugly attitude contributed to substance abuse problems of her exes. Okay. I don't know this to be a fact, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Okay. Poor Chidi was sitting there trying to have a conversation like an adult. And she flipped the fuck out. Who does that remind you of? So the producer even asks her, does she think that she could possibly be a wee bit overreacting about Chidi's sister? And she's like, no, I don't overreact. Not one bit. I don't overreact. I'm not capable of overreacting. Okay, Renee, whatever you say. Um, so she's yelling at him. She's, the hand, the finger in his face, and she's just being nasty, ugly, and disgusting. And she's like, you're fucking with the wrong ass person. And he just turns around and tells her, you know what the problem is? You need to look inward. Okay. You say your relationships were toxic and everybody else is the problem. Well, you know something, Renee? It's not always a one-way street. You need to maybe start looking inward. And she's yelling, I don't want to look inward with you. She's not listening to anything he's saying. And she's like, are you doing it for a visa? That's it. You must be doing it for a visa. And he looks at her and he's like, are you kidding me? Before I met you, I was going to university. I was existing. I was doing fine. I don't need you. If it's meant for me to be in the United States, God will provide for a way for me to be in the United States. I don't need you. And anyway, like he said, if he was in it for a visa, he would have given in and he would have banged Renee the first night. Don't you think? Renee would have been getting the deed this whole trip if he was in it for the visa. But, and this is a line that we do not hear on 90 Day Fiance, and I just have to give Chidi an ovation for this one, okay? But I will not sell my soul for a visa. And I was like, yes, Chitty, you fucking tell her. You tell her that you will not sell your soul and she needs to get back on a plane and go home to her chickens and get some therapy and figure shit out, okay? Because Renee is at the root of the problem. So she's looking at him dumbstruck. And he basically just leaves her there. He's like, we cannot make it together. This relationship is not going to work. And I bet you, Chidi fears for his safety around her. You could see him flinch when she's yelling at him. Like he physically flinches. So, I mean, this was the best thing he could have done. Washed his hands, walked away, and left her sitting on the beach crying. So, actually, Chidi uploaded a reel to the gram today that I want to share with you guys where he thanks everybody for their support and stuff. So let me share this with you guys.
Indeed, I am super elated this morning to use this opportunity to express my profound gratitude to all of you, my awesome friends, brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers. You see, I initially used to think that the only family I had was my immediate family, but I realized that my family extends beyond my immediate family, that I have such a greater and larger family. And I am grateful to all of you who've been part of this journey with me. I appreciate each and every one of you. I read every bit of your comments, every bit of your messages, every bit of your words of encouragement and support. They have done tremendous things in my life. They've had great positive impact in my life. They've helped me regain hope, strength, and courage to carry on in spite of all odds. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I pray that the Lord rewards each and every one of you in hundred folds for all the love, all the
Hello, everyone. Yes, we are here today to say thank you so much for your support and encouragement to Chidi and to us as an entire family. Yeah. It's been a wonderful journey. Having you supporting us, encouraging us has been so thrilling and so encouraging to us. We are so grateful for your kind words, for encouragement, and your support.
We want to say thank you. We are deeply grateful. We are overwhelmed by the amount of support we've received so far, the amount of love shown to Chidi, shown to us as a family. We are deeply grateful. We do not take your love, your support for us for granted. We deeply appreciate. We've read all your comments. We've seen all you've said about us. We are grateful. We are grateful. We just want to say thank you for this huge support.
And I want you to know that we have family in you. You are our sisters, our brothers, our mothers, and our fathers, and our friend. Yeah. God bless you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you, Rebel.
Thank you very much. You will see more of me. But for now, I love you. Bye.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you hear me now. Perfect. Okay, so I was saying that I love Chidi and his family. His family did not deserve the treatment from Renee, and Renee is one of, I believe that she is number two Angela's still in the number one spot of the worst cast member ever on 90 Day, because we were subjected to Angela's abuse for a longer period of time. But Renee is pretty close. The way that she talked to Chidi, the choice of words that she used to talk to Chidi. I mean, this episode, she called him Junior. The things that she said to him, um, sticking fingers in his face. I mean, she is a close number two. Okay, and unfortunately, we won't see Chidi after this season, but that also means we won't see Renee after the season. And for that, I'm really fucking grateful. I'm really grateful because there was times that I was screaming at the TV, and it's just disgusting to watch somebody treat someone else on national TV that way. It's just disgusting. And thank goodness Chidi had family support. You know, he had his sister and his brother-in-law to look out for him, because otherwise, gosh, God only knows what Renee would have fucking done to him. Okay, so thank goodness that he had that family support. And I wish Chidi nothing but the best. I hope we do get to see him in the future, maybe on 90 Day Diaries or something like that. But I'm just glad that we won't see him with Renee. Okay, and let's put Renee back on the plane. She could go home to her chickens. She needs therapy. Okay, and I just feel bad for Renee's kids. I'm going to say it. I feel bad for her children, because you know how kids soak in what they see? I can imagine what they're soaking in from their mom. So, anyway, that's basically it for this episode. There was no Brian and his gaslighting on this episode. There was no Lauren and his gonorrhea on this episode, but they will be back next week. Okay, we see next week Faith talking to her friends and telling her friends about a disease that prostitutes have. And the look on her friend's face were like, okay, so Lauren's gonorrhea and Brian's gaslighting will be back next week. And if you guys haven't checked out my latest Oy Vey that I uploaded this morning, Corona spills all sorts of tea about Inky, about the filming process, her filming experience. I mean, Corona sat there and spilled it all. And then she also told Stavler to shut the fuck up. So if you haven't checked out this Oy Vey, please do. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching me. Sorry for the little blip in the middle with my mic being muted, but thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Bye, everybody.